In the heart of the American Civil War, a letter penned by President Abraham Lincoln, or perhaps his secretary John Hay, found its way to a widow named Lydia Bixby in Boston, Massachusetts. This letter, known as the Bixby Letter, has been the subject of much historical scrutiny and debate. Today we delve into the lives of the sons it was written about, who were believed to have died on the field of battle. Charles, the eldest, enlisted in the 20th Massachusetts Infantry. His unit saw action in some of the war's most brutal battles, including Antietam and Gettysburg. However, Charles's military record is a subject of controversy. Some reports suggest he deserted his unit, while others indicate he was honorably discharged due to illness. The ambiguity surrounding Charles's service reflects the complexities many families faced during the war. Next is Oliver, who served in the 58th Massachusetts Infantry and was captured during the Siege of Petersburg. He was subsequently sent to the notorious Andersonville prison in Georgia, where he succumbed to disease. His death highlights the often overlooked horrors of Civil War prison camps. Another brother, Henry, enlisted in the 32nd Massachusetts Infantry and survived the war, contrary to the letter's claim. He returned home with both physical and emotional scars, a living testament to the war's long-lasting impact on its veterans. Moving on to George, who served in the 56th Massachusetts Infantry. Records are inconsistent about his fate. Some suggest he was killed at the Battle of the Wilderness, while others indicate he survived. His story adds another layer of complexity to the Bixby narrative. Lastly, there was Edward, the youngest, who served in the 22nd Massachusetts Infantry and was killed at the Battle of Fredericksburg. His death is the most conclusively documented among the Bixby sons and serves as a poignant example of the ultimate sacrifice made by so many young men. And now, let us hear the letter in its entirety.
Dear Madam, I have been shown in the files of the War Department a statement of the Adjutant General of Massachusetts that you are the mother of 5 sons who have died gloriously on the field of battle. I feel how weak and fruitless must be any word of mine which should attempt to beguile you from the grief of a loss so overwhelming, but I cannot refrain from tendering you the consolation that may be found in the thanks of the Republic they died to save. I pray that our Heavenly Father may assuage the anguish of your bereavement and leave you only the cherished memory of the loved and lost, and the solemn pride that must be yours to have laid so costly a sacrifice upon the altar of freedom. Yours, very sincerely and respectfully, A. Lincoln.
As we reflect on the Bixby Letter and the lives it touched, we confront the broader theme that pervades this era: the cost of freedom. The Bixby family's sacrifices were part of a larger tapestry of loss and valor that ultimately preserved the Union and ended the institution of slavery. Yet the letter also serves as a poignant reminder that the cost of freedom is often steep, paid for in tears and blood. It's a cost that has been paid time and again throughout history, a solemn tribute to those who laid so costly a sacrifice upon the altar of freedom. As for Lydia Bixby, the mother to whom the letter was addressed, her life after receiving the letter is shrouded in mystery and controversy. Some reports suggest that she was a Confederate sympathizer, while others argue that this claim was a fabrication. What is known is that she lived in relative obscurity after the war, her life forever marked by the loss of her sons and the famous letter she received. The Bixby Letter, whether penned by Lincoln or his secretary, serves as a lasting memorial to her and countless others who endured unimaginable loss. In closing, the Bixby Letter stands not just as a historical artifact, but as a timeless testament to the price of liberty. It challenges us to confront the complexities and moral dilemmas of a nation at war with itself, where the lines between heroism and tragedy, sacrifice and survival are often blurred. As we look back on this poignant chapter of American history, we are reminded that the quest for freedom often comes at a great cost. But it is a cost that generations have been willing to pay to ensure the liberties we often take for granted.